In TBC version 5.90, we introduced a new camera database which includes hundreds of drone camera models already prepared for you to be used for processing, and this is also for this SenseFly Soda. So I will just create first in TBC a project with UTM-34 North, and then we will continue with this dataset. So here we go. We have now our project, which is in UTM-34 North, and the workflow is exactly the same as you are used in your previous Trimble Business Center versions. So you just go to the folder where your images are located. In my case here, this is the IMG folder. And here my JPEG images are included. And then we can just drag and drop them into TBC. And then we will open up here the US import data panel. As TBC will now support a large variety of drones, we now included more information in this import panel. So we can see now this maker is SenseFly. It's the Soda model from SenseFly, which are informations that we extract from the EXIF header. Additionally, we also extract from the EXIF header the focal length. So in our case, 10.6 millimeter is the focal length. And now this new database that has been introduced, we can grab now the pixel size out of it. So in our database, we already have stored that this SenseFly Soda drone has 2.4 micrometer pixel size. If your drone includes XMP tags where the height above ground is stored, we would then fill the field height above ground. But in our case, this is not given, so we need to know how high we were flying with the drone. I hope as you are the pilot, you know it. In our case, this was flown with 150 meter above ground. Additionally, we are scanning the XMP tags of the images, and if the drone includes quality parameters or tags about the GNSS quality, then we are looking if this is a high precision GNSS, and in our case this is the Soda here, so there is an XMP tag mentioning that the GPS accuracy is here 2 or 4 centimeters in this case here. And therefore we are enabling the GNSS quality to high, which is good because then we can use it for our processing and use it also for the camera calibration. So this is of course something helping us to process data in a more stable way and also more accurate way. In our first data set, I want to mainly focus on this new database. So as I mentioned, the pixel size with 2.40 micrometer is stored in our database. You can override it with your individual own pixel size. So I perhaps fly with this drone every day, and I know 2.41 micrometer is more realistic for this drone. So I can store it here on my computer here, and then whenever I will use a SenseFly Soda drone, as hopefully this will always be my drone, it will then come up here now in the future with 2.41 pixel size. No, it will not, because we always use our default setting from the camera database. So it will be the next time again 2.40, but you can enter 2.41 and it will run for this one run with 2.41. We want just to secure that if you enter perhaps by hazard or by luck or by some misluck a wrong value, that from there on always the drone will come with a wrong pixel size, as we know that the Soda SenseFly has a default setting of 2.40. So therefore please, or you can always change it. You can also change the focal length here for this part, and then it will be used for this one run. But for cameras which are part of our camera database, we will always the next time show you again the default setting. And that's it. we are already done with our drone import settings. We can now hit import, and now your images will be imported into this TBC project, and we will then also generate the image overviews. And after this is done, we will continue with this video. So that's it. So we are ready to continue with processing. So in our case, we can go to adjust photo stations, and we can then hit the adjust button to process the data here for our project. Of course, you can still check in imported files when you right click your import report, and in your import report we will then list again all necessary informations of your project that you imported into TBC. So for example, in my case, we see that the RTK standard deviations here are in this case below 10 centimeter. That's why we will use it as high precision GNSS. Also that the pixel size properties by default are 2.4, but that we will use in this case the pixel size of 2.41. Okay, so this is our first data set. I will just run here a quick process to show in this case that this works, and then we will already take afterwards the next data set for the next topic. So the process of the SenseFly SODA was successful, and we will apply the adjustments of the dataset, and then we will take a quick look to the report file to see that the data has been here processed. So in our case, we have here the report file, and when we take a look, then we will see that in this case here the images have been adjusted. There are 4 images because they are missing the EXIF headers that have not been processed, so we see them here and also here at the beginning. And in general, we have here a very good connectivity. Let's go also to our pixel size. So we see here we started with 2.41 and we ended up also with 2.41, and we have then also our distortion model from the camera, and we have then the adjustment where we want to take our final look. So the GNSS was introduced with 2 centimeters, and we reached in this case here also our 2 centimeters for the GNSS, and on the ground we have here 1.5 centimeter in position and 3 in height. We can see that the GNSS parts here are in this case well from the standard deviations fitting well to each other, and that means we could now close this part, go to the create deliverables, and start processing this data for our needs. I hope this shows how easy you can now process a third-party drone in TBC. And in our case here shown now the workflow if the sensor is part of the sensor database. So thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.